India's primary healthcare services still have gross inadequacies in meeting the healthcare needs of the masses. There is a significant shortage of public healthcare facilities, be it the sub-centers, primary healthcare centers, or community healthcare centers. The quality of the healthcare services is further a matter of concern. With around 70% of India's doctors catering to roughly 30% of India's population, limited to metros and big cities, the healthcare situation in the rural regions is even more alarming. In the rural region, the distance to the healthcare facilities and poor transport connectivity are few other key challenges in this regard. For poorer states like Jharkhand, the challenges are Herculean and the gaps are very prominent. There is a strong need for some focused efforts and innovations in addressing some of these gaps. Ayushman Bharat scheme does have plans for creation of 1.5 lakh wellness centers with telemedicine facility. However, this shall cover a very small percentage of healthcare facilities, and the lack of proximity to government healthcare facilities shall continue to remain an open problem. In March 2020, with the outbreak of pandemic in India, in a swift action, the government announced the telemedicine guidelines towards scaling up the delivery of healthcare services for meeting the huge spike expected in the preliminary consultations due to COVID-19. This helped and worked to an extent, especially in the urban regions, and led to launch of many different telemedicine platforms and a spike in usage of telemedicine. During the migrant crisis around May 2020, with our involvement in Jharkhand Migrant Helpdesk platform setup during the lockdowns, towards helping the stranded migrant workers with respect to health issues, we tried to assist them to avail teleconsultation, utilizing two of the shortlisted government-supported telemedicine platforms. However, we were not successful in getting teleconsultations done due to reasons like lack of smartphones, lack of good internet connections, lack of basic technical awareness, connection issues, technical issues, delays, and so on. This also drove us to study and analyze the existing telemedicine models and their adoption in a closer way. And we could find that there was a spike in the usage of telemedicine. However, the usage has been more in the metros. Adoption has been low in the smaller cities, the rural regions, and the semi-urban regions. While telemedicine looked to be of potential help for those above the digital divide in our society. However, for those below it, while they needed it even more, they were not able to use it in the current form. The regular model of telemedicine with doctors on one end and patients on the other poses several constraints in large-scale adoption of telemedicine due to this digital divide. On one hand, patients and caregivers with lower digital awareness find the entire process very cumbersome. On the other hand, doctors too are very uncomfortable and find this to be less productive. Leveraging the learnings from our secondary studies, the deliberations and trials with existing telemedicine platforms, we conceptualized and designed an assistant telemedicine model and created a skeleton telemedicine application for this trial. Based on the trials and inputs, the use cases were refined and validated, and the software solution was enhanced and optimized. The project was driven by eHealthcare Research Center in collaboration with Pathari Tech Limited and FIA Foundation across multiple blocks of Jharkhand. The assisted telemedicine model is primarily based on provisioning of a telemedicine assistant towards addressing the hurdles in adoption of telemedicine in rural regions. This model helps address the key challenges faced by the villagers as well as the doctors. The app was designed for simplicity and ease of use and based on the analysis of health worker and practitioner user personas. The app also had some very specific features for rural regions and features for similarity with the in-person consultations were designed and incorporated into this. The studies and trials helped validate the strong need and relevance of a telemedicine-based model considering the lack of public health facilities in proximity of the villages. The relevance was further underlined due to greater challenges associated with consultation for women, children, and elderly villagers, and also because of increasing incidence of non-communicable diseases in the rural regions nowadays. While there was some initial apprehension from the villagers during the trials about this overall model, but once the details were explained to them and they perceived the possible benefits from this, there was a very good reception from them. Even doctors showed a lot of openness and provided very useful inputs towards incorporating additional features into the platform. Besides the input going into the technical solution, the trials also helped gain some very important first-hand insights into the socio-economic factors as well. And for any such solution to prove useful, it will also be critical to ensure that the solution offered is a comprehensive one and includes the supply of medicine. It should also handle the factors like trust and engagement of the villagers in a very diligent manner.
Based on the fieldwork and the trials, the assisted telemedicine looks to be a very promising option for addressing the accessibility issues in the rural primary healthcare space. However, any such efforts must give appropriate consideration to the comprehensiveness and affordability of the services, the involvement of the local communities, and the execution model. And all this will have to be supported with a robust, secure, and a user-friendly technology platform which has been designed in a bottom-up manner. Thanks for watching this video.